guys. Happy Wednesday. My tea is so hot. And if I'm honest, it's missing some additional honey. But don't mind me. It's been a while since I've been on live, and I've definitely missed you guys. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and welcome everyone in. Derek will be joining us shortly. I got to go ahead and invite him up to the stage. If you could do me a huge favor, go ahead and hit the paper plane on the bottom of your screen and go ahead and invite some people into the conversation, okay? Let me know if you guys are able to hear me. If so, go ahead and drop an emoji. I'm super excited to start the conversation with Derek, guys. When Derek and I partner together, it's always a great time. So I'm definitely excited. So I've invited some people in. I'm going to let my tea kind of chill for a minute because it is extremely hot, okay? I still have my watch on from earlier today. I'm still counting my steps, okay? The challenge ends on the 15th, so this watch will eventually go away. But I think I'm going to move the camera over a little bit this way. There we go. All right, let me go ahead and invite Derek up. It's thinking. And he should be on shortly. Voila!
Hey.
You know, it's so interesting, Derek. Every time I share my screen, I'm always like, okay, let me get far enough back so that I don't see like I'm cut off when I look at my own self in the video.
It's tough because when you do a live preview, it doesn't show up the same way that it shows up when you actually.
So it sets us up for okie doke.
So I'm gonna adjust a little bit too.
Okay. If I adjust anymore, I'm gonna be in the wall. So I think we don't want that. No. So I'm gonna turn my rolling rack out a little bit, and then I'll move everything back some. Guys, thanks for your patience while we get ourselves set up here.
All right.
Okay.
It's good.
Yes, we're perfect. Okay, welcome everyone. Is the music too loud? Do I need to turn it down a little bit? Let me know.
I can't hear it.
Can you hear it?
So it's good.
Oh, perfect. Okay. All right, awesome, guys. Well, for anyone that is new here, I am Paulette Edwards. I'm an image consultant here in Charlotte, North Carolina. But as I say all the time, my physical location does not limit my ability to help clients all over the world, not just stateside, because I also have some international clients. Worldwide. I take a space without any apologies because I'm authentically myself every single day. I help clients work on their image from the inside out because it's more than just putting on clothes. We need to make sure that you're showing up confidently, and that is where your fashion bestie comes in. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Derek so he can introduce himself because he is a wild man and you guys need to know him. Go ahead, Derek.
Hey, everybody. My name is Derek Johnson of Derek Grown Man Style and also Derek Johnson Photography. And again, Paulette, thank you for inviting me and having me. Of
course.
Like I said, we always have a ball when we get together and do live. So I was very much looking forward to this. So I am a full-time product manager at a retail company, but I also do photography and content creation on the side. So I wear a lot of hats. It's cool though because all those hats kind of play together.
Exactly.
My creative side, my technical side, my sales and marketing side, they all complement and work together. So I'm super excited anytime I get to talk. I love talking. Actually, I was just on TV a few weeks ago doing sales segments on a channel called Shop HQ. So nice. I'm trying to do big in every aspect of my life. I'm happily married to my wife, Kenya. I have 3 beautiful kids, one of which just graduated from high school yesterday. So,
yes, graduated.
Yeah, I got big grown kids.
Trust me, I know my daughter will be 20 next month. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Time moves really fast.
Listen, time is going to pass me by if I don't keep up with it. But guys, everyone that's here tonight, we're going to go ahead and let you know that the topic of tonight is Father's Day style, right? Style inspo, suggestive gifts that you should actually buy for a person, either if they're not biologically a father or if they're playing the role of being someone's dad, right? Because that role and responsibility is a heavy lift. And I do not take it lightly when I talk to men that are taking up space in that rim, right? Because it's powerful, it's impactful, and it's needed. So Derek, we would love for you to go ahead, excuse me, kick us off with what does it look like from a father's standpoint to navigate style and fatherhood while wearing all the many hats that you do as a father?
So balance is really important, but balance really starts in your mind. A lot of times we're off balance because we set ourselves up with the wrong mindset. We sometimes work against our own interests just by having negative thoughts about, I've got to do this and that. Well, guess
Yeah.
what? We're grown, we're adults. We're always going to have to do this and that and this and that. We're
And all
always
the
going to be
things.
so it's like really set your mind up for success by understanding that balance is just a part of adult life. We have to do it. The second thing that I think is really important is that balance is about making sure you turn into a habit versus just a chore, right?
Yeah.
If I look at
Yeah.
dieting, most of us have tried a diet to lose weight and
Right.
we lost a couple of pounds, but because it was a lifestyle, because it wasn't a habit,
Then you
we went right back
hit a
where.
plateau, right? And you're like, okay, wait a minute, what's happening?
Yeah. So instead of trying to diet, you want to create healthy eating lifestyle. Same with balancing fatherhood and balancing style and fashion. If, for example, you're really good with math, you might need to be the designated homework
Right.
parent, right? Even though you even though your spouse does it today, maybe you're actually the one that can do it better, do it more efficiently, get the homework done. So make up in your mind that I'm going to turn this thing my wife has asked me or my husband has asked me to help the kids with homework. Well, turn it into a habit. Don't look at it as a chore. Once it becomes a habit, it becomes so much easier.
Yeah.
Same thing with, for me, style is almost automatic because I think about it, I breathe it. It's just a part of my life. But for a guy out there that's looking to kind of start that journey, I think it's important to start small. Think of what small change can I make in my style, small but permanent. That's what I always say, make small but permanent changes. And so what small but permanent change can I make in my personal style to really take me to another level? And I'll be perfectly honest with you guys, it's actually easier for us to make a step level improvement in our style than women, because guess what? Most women dress really nicely. And so, and they're super analytical. They're looking at each other. They're like, oh, I don't know if she should have put that together. For
Right.
most guys, don't care. So it takes just a little bit of effort for you to immediately elevate your
Yeah.
style and
Yeah.
look and present yourself 10 times better than the other men around you. So it's not even really that hard. It
It's
just
not.
takes a mind making those small step level changes.
Yeah. And that's it. Because most times when people think about style, they're like, oh my God, I have to do my whole closet over. And it's like, no, it's the same way you eat an elephant, bite by bite, right?
Somebody,
It doesn't have to be all consuming, right? It's just small things that you can actually implement. Okay, I know everybody's still into the phase where they like to wear white tee. That's fine. But what are you wearing on the bottom, right? Like, what shoes have you selected? What pair of either slacks, denim, or even the pair of shorts that have you selected to wear with a white tee? Because I'm definitely a fan of a white tee, but it has to be a crisp white tee. Don't have a shirt on with the collar stretched out, the sleeves up here when you really need to have, so there's levels to the white tee as well. So most men sometimes can feel threatened by the idea of actually having to get dressed. And it's like, it's not as difficult as people make it seem once you get out of your head about style. And that's even for women. Because women, we can get in our head too. And it's like, it does not have to be rocket science. Like, you can thrift, you can really start shopping on the clearance section as long as you're able to define what your style looks like and how you want to show up, right? Exactly. So if you think about it, because I'm definitely an advocate for confidence, right? I need to make sure I know who I'm talking to when I meet this person. And if there's a level where your confidence isn't all the way up here, but it's kind of middle level, it's room to always improve, right? It's room for evolution in all areas of our life, right? So when you think about style, how do you feel you evolved when it came to style once you became a father? Because I'm sure your sense of style was totally different as a single, unmarried man to getting married to now having children. So what did that look like for you?
So my style journey probably happened along with my fatherhood journey, not necessarily because of it. Now, for me, fatherhood is all about accountability and representation, right? Now I'm responsible for lives, not just making sure that they stay alive, but
Right.
also making sure they grow up to be productive human beings. I have two young women daughters. One is 21 and one is 18.
Wow,
So
I didn't know you had a 21-year-old. Lordy.
yes. So I make sure that I am presenting an ideal template for a man, right? They can, well, I didn't get a good example at home because I want to make sure that I'm being a positive example.
For sure.
That comes in how I am, how I interact with them, how I parent them, and how I show up to the world in terms of how I carry myself and how I dress. So I'm always very cognizant of what I'm wearing, how I'm not only representing myself, but also how I'm an ambassador for my family. You know, obviously, I don't
just wait right there, Derek, because I literally asked somebody the other day. I was like, do you feel that you are a representation of your mate when you get dressed? And you know what the person told me? They was like, no. I was like, wait a minute. Yes, you are. Like, I cannot go to the grocery store with a bonnet on. First, I don't even wear bonnets, but with a headscarf, some oversized sweats, and some dirty sneakers. They're going to be like, whose girlfriend is that? She is looking crazy out here. So I feel, and this could just be me, I think you're always a representation of one, your family, your mate, your spouse, like whatever that looks like. Your presence and how you get dressed, it matters. Like, yeah, I'm definitely going to throw on a pair of sweats and a graphic tee sometime, but I'm going to make sure that my hair is together. I'm not going to just be out here like, whatever, I woke up. So.
And I mean, the reality is I have teenage girls, right? And they have friends, and those friends might see me out, and they have. And they'll come back, and my daughters will come back and say, yeah, my friends saw you, and they were like, oh, you had a clean fit. Like, I want
to hear that.
Yeah. Clean and representable for my girls, right? I don't want them to be embarrassed. I don't want them to be embarrassed me walking into school with them and like, no, you stay in the car, Dad.
Right, don't worry about it. We'll be right back.
I want to make sure I represent my, right? She's a beautiful woman, and everybody on the planet needs to know she got a good-looking brother.
Right.
So all about representation, and it's, again, we'll go back to this the whole segment. It's not that hard. It doesn't require a budget. It doesn't require all this effort, and I think mental gymnastics that people think it does. It really starts with the mindset that I'm going to do better. I'm going to represent better because I know I'm representing more than just myself. I'm representing mate. I'm representing my kids, and it's important. I think it's vitally important.
I'm telling you, it makes a difference because, and I know this for sure, it's like if I wake up one day and I'm feeling like not my average, or I'm feeling like subpar, I gravitate towards just putting on some sweats and a little graphic tee. But if I'm like, oh yeah, I'm her today, I'm getting dressed. Like, I'm going to spend some extra time in the mirror applying the makeup. I'm going to spend a little extra time doing the edges, even though I hate doing those. But I'm going to spend more time on myself because, one, the more you love on yourself, the more that is visibly available for people to see, right? So as you walk by, they're like, oh, okay. But if you don't look put together, people are also looking like, what happened this morning?
Yeah. And
so it makes a difference.
Yeah, people are going to make perceptions. They're going to have perceptions.
Sure.
But
yeah, definitely.
We also have an opportunity to craft those perceptions with how we present ourselves. Yeah. You may walk around and nobody necessarily verbally say, oh, you look nice. But you're, to me, in my mind, I'm giving everybody a show.
It's
and
like
it sounds a little vague.
If you think about it, because we talk about brand identity, and I think
born of confidence.
Yeah.
Really.
And you know what else? I think that when people hear the word brand identity, they're thinking of like a product, right? And it's like, no, you as a person has a brand identity. Like, how do you show up every single day? Wherein the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you get dressed, the way that you treat people. Now that one right there, I think people overlook often.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
That's going to take you way further than your resume, right?
So every single day, it can conversation. It can spark business deals. It can just really project you and propel you in different directions. But and we all have that opportunity, right? We all have
Yeah.
the opportunity to just present ourselves, wake up every day, and say, I'm going to present the very best version of myself I can.
Yeah, absolutely. If you had to give like a style tip, maybe like 2 solid style tips to fathers that are on the style journey, they're just beginning or they're not sure where to start, what would you tell them?
So step one is you don't have to buy a thing, you don't have to do anything, but just think. It's a mindset. It's really like I'm gonna make a decision that I'm gonna present the very best of myself every day. So that's the mindset is the most important thing. Nothing else I say will matter if you don't really create a mindset for yourself. So that's
Yeah.
step one. Now something practical that most of you all probably already have. It's a really easy low lift is a pair of dark denim
Yep.
jeans. Dark denim is so universal, and these in particular I chose because if you have a lot of different denim, you'll see the orange stitching. The orange stitching to me gives it a little bit more of a casual look. This has what I call tone on tone stitching, so you don't see any stitching because it's the same finish as the jeans themselves.
The denim.
So this will go for dark blue
Hmm.
chinos, even though they're denim, and so they can flex really easily between dressy and casual. You can dress this up with a blazer. So like if I'm doing something church wise, a nice printed shirt, and you gotta always decorate your blazers, guys. This is super,
Sure.
and it. Look at your blazer as a blank canvas. It's got a color, it's got there's a fabric, there may be texture, but there's always a way to adorn your jacket and just bring out a little pop. And so you see this lapel pin, it's a bright color, it pops, your pocket square. And so you have a complete color coordinated top. You've got kind of a neutral with your navy blue or your denim jeans. And you got a really nice business casual. You throw on a tie and dress it up even more. So that's a really easy look. So dark denim jeans, really, really easy to get. And I think you can create dozens and dozens of looks from just that one pair of pants. So again, it doesn't take a lot. You get key pieces and you build on those key pieces. So number one, confidence. Number two, practical, dark denim jeans.
Yeah.
Start there.
That's good. Start there. You know what's so funny is that you pulled out dark denim. Because I am me, I did a light wash that is also distressed. And it could be because I kind of totter on the idea of street fashion, but also making it look very clean, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm thinking about a guy that's either a father or not, right? You're hanging out on Father's Day, you're wanting to go to either like a lounge or you want to go watch a game. I'm not really sure if the game is coming on Sunday. I know the game comes on tonight, but either here nor there, right? I would suggest pair of denim, low wash, distress, and I'm a fan of Crazy Girl for a graphic tee, right? Graphic tee, you can actually put on your 550 New Balance, classic, easy throw on to get out and just have a peaceful day just by yourself. And I also tell dads, like, it's okay for you to book a facial.
Yeah.
Do something for yourself without expecting someone else to do it, because those are like the best gestures. Because like, yeah, I'm taking care of me today. So if I'm gonna get somebody, you know, I don't have a no. There's no father that I'm sending to the spa or whatever. But you know, I will probably send them like a card to say Happy Father's Day. But in the event that someone was in close proximity, that would be an excellent gift to offer to somebody. Like, let's go get a facial, because they do facials with guys that have beards. Like, that's a real thing.
Yeah, beard care is a whole thing. I don't have a big full beard, but for those that have them, beard care is a whole.
You can still get a facial.
Yeah, getting a manicure or pedicure, taking care of your hands, particularly your hands, because you're shaking hands, you're writing, you're using, you know, your hands are more visible on a daily basis, and people notice.
Yeah.
And so getting a manicure periodically is a great way to self-care. It builds confidence because you know your hands are well manicured, they're clean. So I think those are little things again, and they all are confidence boosters.
Right.
All of them are confidence.
And don't leave out your pedicure. Guys, you're not exempt to getting a pedicure, okay? You don't have to get them as often as women, but definitely treat yourself to having a pedicure, probably like once every 6 weeks.
Yeah,
Because you gotta take care of those toes, okay?
at a minimum,
Make sure
you're not showing your toes wearing sandals or anything.
yeah.
You're gonna be rubbing against a woman's feet.
Yes.
They don't need to be crusty. Need to be soft.
Get those things moisturized, okay?
Yeah.
And don't be squirmy when they start rubbing the side of your. Let the people at the nail salon do what they're supposed to do, okay? Like, we don't have time for crusty feet, all right? What do you feel is a confidence booster when it comes to men? Because I don't think men openly talk about challenges that they deal with when it comes to confidence. Now, this could just be me because I'm a female, but what would be something that you would tell a guy that's struggling in the area of confidence? Because sometimes men feel if they buy high dollar items to dress up the inefficiencies, right, that it will make everything great and it's like a great canvas. But behind all the labels and all the high-end items, you still have struggles with confidence, right? How would you tell somebody that's navigating that space?
So if we talk about the man first, we'll talk about the man, then we'll talk about what the man puts on. So with the man himself, you've really got to get to know yourself. Like you said, a lot of guys are not confident and they don't know how to express that. And so they overcompensate. Sometimes it's just as simple as just admitting to yourself, you know what, I'm a little nervous about this thing. Whatever it might be. It could be your new job. It could be an interview. It could be, I'm going to say hello to this young lady. Whatever it may be, you got to at least first admit to yourself, I'm a little nervous about this.
Yeah.
And take a deep breath and remind yourself of who you are. I think a lot of times we forget, like, yeah, I'm a decent brother. I, love my family. I'm this, I'm that. Remind yourself of who you are. And that will kind of take a little notch up in confidence. Sometimes we go into a situation basically mentally depleted. We've already built stories up in our head that we're not enough. So you've got to.
That's so good. You have to say it again. Say it again for the people that may have just joined. You say that line one more time.
Sometimes we tear down ourselves by the stories that we built up in. I heard a minister say the movies that we basically put on in our head. So sometimes you turn those movies off, or you've got to put on something different that says, you know what, these are the great things about me, and just name them out to yourself. Even if you're by yourself and you have to verbally speak them out. Yeah. I think that's what, I'll go back to the mindset. A lot of this stuff is mind games. It's mind warfare, mental warfare. And so it's sometimes defeating the very voices that are in your own head and speaking above them, speaking over them. So while in your mind you may think, I'm not enough to go get this job, you tell yourself, I'm enough. And set yourself up for success by speaking out loud, thinking the right thoughts. And I'm not claiming that it's easy now, because we all struggle, and the voices in our heads are super loud. But we've got to start by at first turning that volume down and saying, wait a minute. And that's why it's important to have a support system too. Because again, whether it's a spouse, a mate, close friends, guys don't always build close relationships like women will. And I think brothers, it's important for us to have a circle of like-minded brothers that can build us up. The Bible talks about iron sharpening iron. And that's in the reason. When people who are strong, people who are moving in the same direction that you're moving, are able to pour into you, encourage you, all of those are confidence builders. So that's really important to build the man. So once you've got your man built up, you've got your confidence going. For me, any top layer helps me as a confidence builder. For example, if I'm just, pants and a shirt, that's a standard uniform. It's a pair of shirt, right? That's going to cover me up, and that's going to be standard. Now, if I want, and this is my own kind of mental hype session that I have for myself. If I throw on a short coat, this is almost like almost like a Superman cape to
Not
me.
the cape.
It's a superhero cape because what it does is it creates visual interest. I'm now layered.
Yeah.
Now, yes, it's time and it's hot, and so most people will not want to throw on a top layer. If you work in an office building, it's normally air conditioned. It's cold,
Yeah.
so this is a practical piece. But this top layer gives you now a more interesting look. You've got depth to your look. So when people are looking at you, they see the shirt, but they also see the top jacket, whether it's a light bomber jacket or a denim jacket, whatever it may be. Those are visual. It's a visual piece that kind of brings the person into your look. And so for me, that's a big confidence builder. It might be a really clean, brand new pair of shoes. Again, a lot of guys will default to the Jordans, right? Like they put Jordans on with a suit, put Jordans on with
right. Put on a pair of J's. Everything is great. No, sir.
So I have my little collection of J's. I love, I got my Jordans. Nothing wrong with them, but invest in a really nice pair of tan dress shoes.
Yeah.
So something like this. This is a tan Oxford. This color is versatile and it helps your whole outfit fit just kind of pop.
Yep, and it can go with denim, chinos, slacks.
Exactly.
Everything.
And I'm a very big proponent of men matching their women's energy. Yeah. So like if a woman has on a nice pair of heels and a beautiful dress, you don't need no J's on. I'm sorry.
Please leave them J's in the closet on that day. Hey, sis.
Not the time for the J's. So a nice pair of dress shoes like that will complement her energy. You guys will look well complemented together. And again, you're eye candy, she's candy. You guys be eye candy together.
Be together. But something that you said that was so essential is that men oftentimes create this storyline telling themselves that they are not enough, right? But it's not only men. Women do it too, right? So I know people feel like men and women face different struggles, and yes, we do. But I think people as humans also automatically have a seed of doubt inside that you have to debunk every single day, right? Whether it's your personal life, your professional life, friendships, relationships, you have to quantify yourself often. Like, I want to say the last week and a half, as I've spent time praying, I've been asking God, please remove the feeling of inadequacy from me. Yeah. Right? Because it seeks in and it devours you if you aren't really focused on getting that out. Because I'm like, I'm dealing with stuff at work. Personal life is like, but I'm like, God, I know that I'm more than enough. And my heart posture is so sincere, right? So it's like, what do I need to do to position myself so I can still show up? So I think we always have to make sure that we affirm ourselves often. I know some people aren't into making sticky notes, but a sticky note on the mirror in the morning will set the tone for your day. Yeah. I don't care if it's scribble, scrabble, great penmanship, whatever it is. Before you leave out of your house in the morning, determine the day that you're going to have. Because every day is not warm and fuzzy, right? That comes with getting dressed. That comes sometimes with just getting out of the bed. Yeah. Yeah. The outer appearance is easy to kind of dress up, dress down. But when that inside is like, it's noticeable. It does. Really does. Yeah. And I'll give you a good example. Of how to tackle kind of confidence issues. So I've been in a new job for about a year and a half. Prior to coming to that job, I was at a job for 5 years. I was literally a superstar. I knew exactly what to do. You're a subject matter expert there. Subject matter expert, really confident. And I went from that job to a new job where my old boss from that prior job actually hired me on. Okay. So I created this narrative in my own head that I was not going to live up to his expectation. He never ever painted this toward. He never gave me any indication that he had any doubt about me. Right. This was all in my head. And
I wasn't an immediate subject matter expert, I would just like be so down on myself. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, they're gonna fight. Like,
It's a
I'm gonna
dangerous place to be in.
and it's crazy because my boss picked up on it immediately. She was like, give yourself some grace. You're doing great.
Yeah.
I don't expect you to know that month 1 or month 2 or even month 6.
Yeah.
And fast forward a year and a half later, and I can see a shift in comfort level, confidence. Yeah. It's just the passage of time. But I also had, you know, my boss telling me, give yourself some grace. My wife telling me, you're great.
Yeah.
What she tells me, like, do you know who you are?
Right.
You Derek Freaking. That's what she tells me. And I'm like,
exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. Like, yeah, that is me.
I know who I am.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you have to. Do you know who you are?
Yeah.
Because you are somebody great. Like, not only have you done great things and impactful things, but there's so much more that each and every one is set up to do. And that's what we need to lean into our source and ask God to continue to show us like everything got set up for us.
Yeah. It's so like heartwarming for me when I think about the space that PE is taking up, right? Because there's so many stylists, there's so many fashion stylists, there's so many image consultants out here. But I love that I found a way to not only talk about clothing, but to talk about the inner work that's necessary to show up the way that you need to, not for the world, but for yourself. So I always tell people, I can get you dressed in the dark with my eyes closed. But to partner with someone and help them build themselves up, that's the most rewarding part of being an image consultant. So I'm always like, oh my God, I can't wait to talk about all the things. I don't really care about these clothes. Like, clothes is great. That's great. That's great. I can spend all the dollars that's necessary for a wardrobe. But when I can see the like transformation from initially meeting a client to working with a client after about 90 days and then asking them, like, what have you learned on this journey? And hearing the responses is just like, okay, I'm doing what I was called to do without it being watered down by the perception of the world.
Yeah.
Right.
People
so it's
work.
It's just so like, oh God, I love this place. If I could do this every day. I would leave corporate America like bye. But until we can, we're gonna do navigating of both. Yeah. So you've shown us your casual denim that you can actually transition from casual to actually elevating the look. You've also shown us the ability to add a lapel that's going to elevate the look with a blazer. You've shown us the look that you're going to wear to church. I've shown you guys my casual kickback for the guy that's going out to just kick back. If you wanted to recommend a gift for a guy, what gift would you recommend? Because Father's Day is among us. Like, if you haven't shopped yet, you still have a little time. And, you know, I was perusing the internet today because that's what a woman does in fashion. And Macy's has a sale right now. You use the code DAD and you get an extra little discount. So if you haven't started shopping, you might want to schedule a pickup and not a delivery because you're going to be late. But Derek, what would you recommend?
All right, gift number one for if you have a guy in your life who wears a lot of collared shirts like I do, one of the most impactful things I've gotten is this thing called a perky collar. So it's like a little plastic piece that actually goes underneath your collar. And what it does, if you look at this picture, it helps create that nice deep V in your shirt. Because typically, because this fabric is thin and some lighter than your collar, right, which it's kind of flopped. It droops. So you have that flop. Yeah. What this does is it helps keep, it's literally called perky collar because it helps keep your collar nice and tall, and it creates that nice that nice deep V. Yeah. It is a way to add a very refined and almost luxurious look to any dress shirt. Right. Any dress. And so we talk a lot about it doesn't take $1 million. Yes, you could go buy $300 Eaton shirt, or you could go to Target or Old Navy, right, get a $30 or $40.
Old Navy has some good pieces right now. I'm just in there last week.
Using a perky collar, one, it's going to elevate the look and finish of the front of your dress shirt. And two, because it's not built into the shirt, you can put it on any shirt you want.
Right.
So this is only $25. This is a $25 tool. $25. So I bought mine from my good friend David Frankel. He has a store called Perky Collar LLC at Carolina Place Mall here in Charlotte. But he also has a website. So if you are interested in checking that out for the guy in your life, DM me after this live.
Yep.
Derek Style. DM me and just say Perky Collar, and I will send you a link and get you hooked up.
Listen, power in the fingertips, guys. If you need this item, make sure you send Derek a DM, man. This is easy. You don't have to go and peruse on Google to try to find it. He's going to give you the link to take you directly to the site. It's easy.
It's easy. So, yeah, check it out. Sure, it is. I wear it almost every day. Depending on the polo I might have, I can also use it with polos. Some polos have a taller collar than others. So if it has a tall collar, that'll fit right up under it. And again, it just really creates a nice
crisp look.
Dress shirt look when you're wearing a button down. So I love that tool. Perfect.
I'm gonna tell you about scents. I am a woman that loves a man that smells good. So if I'm gonna talk about scents, these are my two fave right now. They're both Versace, different scents, but they definitely hit. I bought this scent probably like a month ago. This was already existing in his arsenal of scents, but they're both amazing scents. What I'll do is, in the event that you're interested in finding the name of these scents, send me a DM and I'll send you the information. These can be purchased at Nordstrom for sure, because this is where I got this one from. And you can definitely find it at Macy's as well. But Versace is a scent that lasts all day. You know how sometimes you put on a fragrance in the morning, and by midday lunch after you went to work and been around all the people, you got to be like, I need to reapply. With the Versace fragrance, you don't have to reapply it. It's everlasting for the entire day. And it's not really loud. I know sometimes when you walk past a guy, you're like, okay, that's really loud. And it smells like wood chips. So don't get that fragrance, ladies. These are the ones that you want to check out. Okay? And you can even get the smaller bottles too. And I'm gonna let you in a little secret. You can even look for this fragrance on Amazon. Don't tell me I didn't try to help you. And if you have Prime, you can get it before Sunday. Yes. Okay, sis. So go ahead and get it tapping, and let me know if you need a link, and then I'll send it over to you guys.
Okay.
What other thing, Derek?
I had to bring my own favorite fragrance. This one is
one. Oh, you got a fragrance too.
Yeah. So this is Jo Malone. If you've ever heard of that
Jo
brand.
Malone hits.
This is wood sage and sea salt. So it's got a woody / quiet scent.
Wood, Derek.
It's light. And the other thing, just mention it, Paulette. This is a small sampler bottle. So pro tip, if you're looking to get into fragrances, you don't know what you like yet, feel free to use these small testers. A lot of brands have a sampler set. Yeah. So you can get 3 or 4 of their more popular scents to try and see which ones smell great on you. One thing to keep in mind is that it's a combination of what's in the fragrance itself, but it's also how it interacts with your natural body chemistry.
Yeah.
And so obviously some are going to match really, really well, and they're just going to really smell good on you. Others may not, but that's where that experimentation comes in. And if you're looking to try some new fragrances, definitely go for the smaller bottles. Yeah. If you find one winner, then you can buy the full size one and you save yourself some money.
For sure. Because it's nothing worse than seeing a fragrance that someone else has bragged about, right? And then you go into the store like, oh, yeah, well, I need such and such and such. And then you get it home and you be like,
ew.
Wait a minute. This isn't really giving what I thought it was going to give. So now I'm stuck with this fragrance and I can't return it. So definitely do that. And even if you don't get the testers, you know, they also give, well, I know they give it in Nordstrom because I usually shop in Nordstrom, but they give you like a small, like cylinder one that you can take home. So if you're shopping for that guy, you can take those home and be like, hey, listen, I got these samples. Let me know which one you like before I overindulge. And you'd be looking at me crazy, like, why? So get those as well, and those are free. You don't even have to pay for those. You can just tell them, like, hey, can I get, like, a sample of this? And they'll give you, it's probably about, like, 8 or 10 sprays in it, but even still, before you make the investment, make sure you have a tester. Another thing that I want to tell you guys, because we're about to wrap up in a little bit, I forgot to mention that I'm on YouTube now. So guess what? This live is going to be saved so you actually catch the playback. If you're just joining, you joined late, it's fine. We're going to go ahead and save it. But it's also going to be shared on YouTube as well. I'm going to eventually add the link in the bio so you can easily get to the YouTube, subscribe. I'm super excited about this YouTube, guys. Like, I started it last year, but I'm finally like posting this year. So I think this is a year of like challenging and pushing yourself extra. Oh, actually, the link is right here. My wonderful VA has dropped it in here. So go ahead and screenshot. That way you can go ahead and grab it and go to YouTube directly. But I love that I'm going to be able to share style tips. These live platforms that I'm utilizing here on Instagram will be everlasting on the evergreen site, which is YouTube. Because, you know, Instagram be going down, guys. We can't depend on Instagram all the time.
No.
But it will be on there. Derek, do you have another gift that you would recommend before we wrap up?
Say that one more time, Paulette. You broke up.
It's okay. Do you have another gift that you would recommend before we wrap up tonight?
Yes.
I
so
knew
remember,
something left in the arsenal, Derek. I knew it was there.
Of course. So remember I talked about always having a decoration for your jacket. Mm-hmm. So if you get your guy a nice lapel pin or pocket square set, that's a great way to help him just elevate that style a little bit. I want to show you this lapel pin. It's like a V, but it's got a little V. It's got a cool brown tone to it. And so a lot of times people will just opt for the single color, like I'm going to get a red pocket square and a red, you know, floral lapel pin. I like to mix, but also have it in complementary color families. So using this lapel pin, I might pair it with this pocket square. Ooh, so I've got similar color, and this will look great on like a tan jacket. Yeah. Because again, it's off the tan. So a lot of sites will do really good job of helping you curate that. So they'll sell a set that'll be a complementary colorway, and you can literally buy the set for less than $50. And you'll get a lapel pin, pocket square, and this is a great gift because again, it comes kind of already curated. So again, if you want to know that, I can send you to it, but you got to DM me. You got to DM me and just guys. Send me with the pocket square lapel pin, and I'll give it to you. That's awesome. Because you could wear that with your denim, a nice jacket, even if you wore like a white V-neck. Yeah. Right? Throw on your blazer, do your pocket square in there, and still wore the shoes that you actually showed them, right? So don't think that you have to be in a suit and tie in order to have a lapel pin and a pocket square. That's going to be key. Go ahead. Let me also encourage the guys who hate wearing dress shoes. I'm gonna put you on the dress sneakers. These are not J's, okay? But these are this is handmade leather, so it's got it's a high top. I like high tops more than low tops. It's got double zippers, so this is a really nice dress sneaker. That again, if you don't want to wear a dress shoe, like I showed, you can still elevate your casual look because you can still wear this with your dark denim jeans, a nice top. And so this is going to elevate your casual game significantly. Yeah. Again, you can have these. I got some J's down here, but invest in a really nice pair of dress sneakers. Probably one of the best menswear companies for dress sneakers is Thursday Boots. I absolutely love their dress sneakers. So check out Thursday Boots. They have some great sneakers. So check those out. But yeah, invest in a pair of dress sneakers. I like the white soles because again, it gives a casual look, but the leather uppers makes it a little dressy, and you can really dress it up or dress it down. Yeah. This has been so good. Like, guys, you know what? It was so good. I didn't even ask you had any questions. So if you guys have any questions before we wrap up, go ahead and drop your questions in the comment box. You don't have to do all the formalities of hitting the question mark and all the things. Just drop it in the comments, and then we'll go ahead and answer any questions that you guys have. Like we already advised, if you're interested in any of the things that we recommended tonight, definitely send us a DM so we can get that information for you directly, easy at your fingertips.
If you're not following Derek already, go ahead and do that. If you started following us, we appreciate you guys for following. And I forgot to also mention in the beginning that Derek is actually a part of the PE Collective. So you're going to see more of Derek as we continue the conversation when it comes to style from a men's perspective, which is so advantageous because it's not just a woman's perspective when it comes to talking about men's style. I have an extraordinary man that's going to tell you all the things that will help you elevate your style and boost your confidence in the process. So ask questions. We're here to answer them. Hi, Saida. And Saida's on as well. She's also a part of the PE Collective. She is the photographer. She's the extraordinary photographer. I have to do a brand shoot soon. I'm going to get with you, I promise. Just trying to get through this Rhodes wedding. That's on June 22nd. So I'm close, but not over the hump yet. But guys, I definitely honor and appreciate each of you for joining tonight. If you guys don't have any questions at this time, it's totally fine. If you think of a question once we wrap up, feel free to send us a DM and we will be sure to answer those for you. Derek, any final words before we close out tonight?
Oh, yes. I can't wait to work with you too. We got to make it happen.
Yes.
Speaking working together, we got to put a plug in for this weekend.
So
if you're,
I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to be able to make it, but go ahead, tell everybody.
Okay. So if you're in the Charlotte or surrounding areas, our mutual friends, his organization, Established Gentlemen, is having a flash mob down in Columbia, South Carolina on Saturday, 10 a.m. at the South Carolina. So if you've never been to a flash mob, you've probably seen them.
It's amazing.
There are Instagram posts about it, you know, in places like Houston, Atlanta. But yes, in little old Columbia, South Carolina, they do it big. Last year was a co-ed event, so there were women there, men there. We had an amazing time.
There'll be photographers.
We were there. There'll be photographers and videographers there. So it's just a big content creation event. Yeah. So if you are in the Charlotte or Columbia area, come join me because I'm going to be there. 10 o'clock, 8.
I have so much stuff going on Saturday.
DM me on that because I will definitely send you a reminder so you don't forget. What did you say, Paulette? You're not going to be there?
I'm not. So I saw his post today that he's having like a pre-event on Friday.
Yeah.
And then it's on Saturday. But I have like a summer camp initiative I'm trying to partner with Hope for Harvest, which is a nonprofit here in Charlotte that's doing amazing things in the Charlotte and surrounding areas. So I want to go to their event. They're opening up a new summer camp for the kids in this area. So I definitely want to be present for that. And then I have something else at 3. So unfortunately, you know, community commitment is important, right? And I love to be in that space where I can show up for people that aren't as fortunate. So I would love to do all things fashion on Saturday, but you know, heartstrings, you got to balance those. So I won't be there, but I'll live vicariously through your Instagram.
We're going to make it work.
Yeah, Saida said that she has a Father's Day shoot this weekend. And also, Celeste K, her name is Kayla, actually. She's also part of the PE Collective. So I am so excited that everybody from the PE Collective is here. My virtual assistant, E, is here. Derek's here. Saida is here. And Kayla. So, guys, I honor you guys. I honor you for saying yes to the ability to evolve with PE. But, guys, we honor and appreciate you as well. Stay tuned for more live series coming up. Kayla will be back probably next month with some more makeup and skincare. And we definitely got to do a shoot. So I'm thinking we need to do a PE Collective shoot. So we'll all talk offline about that. But have an amazing night, guys.
Nice. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.